All right, start off by telling us who you are.
All right, I'm Robert Burr.
And now that you've experienced the homelessness challenge, what comes to mind when you hear the term homeless person?
Um, I would think that I think that I kind of felt the same way I did before I went on the homeless challenge. Maybe I didn't have as many stereotypes as we all seem to do unintentionally, but I definitely have come to find out that there are a lot more nice homeless people than you would think. A lot of them were very nice and very considerate of everyone else, especially us.
Okay. How is this different from your answer before the trip at all?
Um, like I said, we all seem to have some stereotypes, even though they may not be the typical ones. Uh, it kind of just seems like they had an incident occur in their life that wasn't the best for them, that turned into where they're at now, and it may have just happened out of the blue, and not intentional at all. So I, I don't know. They're just like us. They just had something wrong going in their life, and that's why they're at now. That's why they are there now.
Okay. What was the scariest part of the trip?
Like, yeah, I had talked with. Whenever I had the interview before, I said the sleeping conditions was what I was most worried about, and these sleeping conditions were the scariest part. Probably stayed awake till about 3 a.m. Watching a few of the homeless people pace back and forth with us. We had a few homeless people come up to us and talk with us, and yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Okay. What was the most rewarding part of the trip?
Getting to experience it on a level like we did, such as Washington D.C., which obviously is a very homeless populated area, rather than somewhere that would have been a lot more dangerous, somewhere that would have been a lot less I guess fulfilling if you're trying to experience a good approach. I'm glad that we got to do it in D.C., where there are such opportunities. There's a lot of things there that were beneficial to homeless people. They had food wagons. It was a lot of organization. So I'm glad we got to do it in D.C. And so it was really rewarding to be able to have it there.
All right. What was the biggest lesson you learned as a result of your participation?
Um, I learned that it can happen to anyone. It really can. People are like, oh, I can't ever be homeless, and there was a guy who was one of our guides, and his name was Frank, and me and him got along really well, and he was telling me how his parents own like four or 5-star hotels, and how he just refuses to go to them for money, and how he intends to stay homeless until he gets on his feet by himself. And so I think that there are a lot of people who would assume that their parents would take care of them, and that's not to say that their parents don't love them, because they wouldn't, but they just know that would be better for them to get on their own feet on their own. Makes them a more mature person, creates more character, and lets them appreciate what they have got for themselves through going through the work to get it.
Okay. What can you do to help end the homelessness problem?
Well, obviously we can take recognition that there is a problem. It's the first step of obviously recognizing that there's a problem, is taking recognition of it. And then what we can do is we can tell people about the problem, explain what we've gone through to recognize that there is a problem, such as this challenge, and explain to them that we think that they should approach it, and that they should take recognition of the problem as well. And we can join together, and we can fix this problem in a large group rather than one person at a time.
Okay. And what would you have to say to someone who's not participated in the challenge? Would you recommend it?
Go to the challenge. Go to the challenge, man. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast. It was, you can't say that you went down there and it was as fun as going to a concert. But, it's not fun on that level. In other words, is what I was saying. It was fun because I got to experience it, like I said earlier, in a good area for a short amount of time. I got to connect with people on a really personal and emotional level with them because of their situation, because I was, able to relate to them for that time period that I was there.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.